Hey guys, hey. How you guys are doing? Is you guys are doing? Because I'm like cresting the hill. Like here's said almost Durin Mountain, and then on the other side is Durin, and I'm like right here. So if I could just get somebody to just kind of, just kind of push, give me a little right on over, and then I'll go over to Durin Town, which is where I would like to be. So it has been a very interesting 2 days. Well, 3 days actually. So I know why you're here. And you're just going to have to wait. Because as always, I will make you wait. And you could try skipping, but I'm going to talk about it at the random ass time. Anyway, just fucking with you guys. But no, seriously, let me talk about this other stuff first because I went and had my MRI done. Now, first of all, like, we got there super butt crack in the morning and it wasn't ready, and I had to come back at 12, and because of the way I was positioned, like, excuse me, I was in pain. So like, even though I thought I was sitting still, even though I didn't feel myself moving, according to her, like the tech, she did try 4 different times and like could not get a clear picture because I just could not, my body was spasming. So you just could not get a proper MRI. This was a closed MRI, which was scary as fuck. I will not lie to you. I have had an open and I have had a closed MRI. In general, the closed and open MRI is not much wider like this way. It's, well, I guess wider this way, but it's not like much bigger this way. So here I am looking at this teeny tiny ass fucking table and that tiny ass hole. That's what she said. And there I was. No, I'm not gonna do it. Damn it, I have to now. I have to. So back when my baby was in basic training, they would do cadences and stuff like that. And this is the funniest shit ever for me anyway, because one of their cadences is like, what, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was like. It was like, what's it feel like to be struck by like a knife sword, a knight's sword is part of the cadence, right? So like, just remember that, what's it feel like? So my baby tells me that everybody's in the room, like the common room, like hanging out, and like, I want to say one of the higher ups, I can't remember exactly who it was, but one of the higher ups in the in the squad goes, everybody's kind of gathering around and telling stories and stuff like that, and he goes, there I was. I'm sorry guys, I can't help it. There I was, balls deep in a jar of mayonnaise when my mom walks in and goes, what's it feel like? So, no, wait. Now, he stopped it when my mom said, and then one of the little shitheads in the back, because of the cadence, like, wittily went, what's it feel like? And, like, everybody died. Everybody died. And, like, after my baby told me about that, it was the funniest fucking thing ever, and I remember it. And we like, reference that all the time. Like, there I was, balls deep in a jar of mayonnaise when my mom walks in and goes, what's it feel like? I can't. Hi, my name's Nirvana. If this is the first time you've ever been to my channel, I urge you to subscribe. I do. you can hit the subscribe button. It would be here or there, or maybe over here. Could be about anywhere. And if you hit the bell, it'll tell you when I decide to post random ass videos at 4 o'clock in the morning. Because it's 4 o'clock in the morning-ish. Now, this is the 7th time I have tried to make this video because this is a very delicate video. I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys about the MRI, and they couldn't get that done, and they wanted me to come back, but I'm going to go see my pain doctor, and I'm going to be like, I don't think I need it because I already told you about my arm meats and how that's going. Anyway, anywho. Oh, boy. Alright. So, I have been telling you guys for over a year that, way over a year, that I have had something that I haven't been able to talk about. Now, I cannot fully talk about it because I am not in South Korea. Therefore, the person that is most important in this conversation is not here with me. Therefore, they cannot answer questions that most of you will be asking. And I will not be there for probably another 22 or 20, I think it's 22 days now. So, I know you're going to have tons of questions. I understand that you're probably going to be slightly confused. Some of you will be very confused. Some of you will be angry. It's okay. Now, let me disclaim quite a few things just quickly here. First thing I'm going to disclaim is that this is a safe space, not just for me, but this is a safe area for everybody, and that means everybody. If I see any hate speech, because it allows you to like check words, and if a comment has a certain word in it, it will pluck it, and then I can go through it, or somebody else will go through all those and decide whether or not they're fit to be on the channel, which is something I really appreciate. So, my baby, looking at Yuki. So, that's the first disclaimer. The second disclaimer is that I happen to be 40 years old in December, and I know exactly what I'm doing. I am the happiest I've ever been with my marriage. I have no intentions of, I'm saying all this beforehand so it'll stop some of the comments afterwards, because if I say it now, it'll put out some of the fires for afterwards. So, not getting a divorce at all, ever. No one has cheated. Nobody's gonna cheat. I'm like a kid right now because I'm so happy to finally get this over with, to finally get this out, to finally be able to talk about it as much as I can talk about it, because it has been killing me inside to not be able to say anything. So, before people get the wrong idea, my wonderful husband, Matthew, which I have not referred to as husband, he, or Matthew in pretty damn close to a year, because my baby is transgender and will no longer be called Matthew, will be called Evelyn. And her and I have been living this way for a long time. It's just we weren't comfortable, number one, for where she works, until we had things, papers and stuff, and doctors and stuff like that had already been done. It was safer for everybody, especially as fragile as I've been. It had a lot to do with this, because there was a lot of stuff that needed to get done that have now gotten done, that have made things easier and less stressful on me. So I am starting to feel better now that I no longer have to just keep this secret. I fucking hated it, guys. I hated it. I have always tried to be super honest here and like tell you guys every facet of what I can. But when somebody tells me not to tell, especially my baby, I'm not gonna do it. Like, so it was a very lonely road. It was very scary for a long time. We are incredibly happy, but all the questions that you're probably going to have will need to be addressed in Korea, because I want to give her the benefit of being able to talk and explain or answer or whatever it is. What I do hope is that you guys are going to be here with me, and you already know that I am pansexual. I told you guys I was pansexual, which means that I don't see love belonging to what's in between your legs. I fell in love with Evelyn as she is, not how she should be. So I fell in love with Evelyn as a person, as a soul, as the entirety of her, not as people think that, you know, somebody should be. I also told you guys that, oh baby girl, Yuki's not feeling good. I also told you guys that, you know, I like androgynous men. I also told you that I've dated transsexuals in the past. I've also told you that I've been with women in the past. I've also told you lots of stuff because I try to be fairly transparent up in this piece. So, with that being said, I am very happy to tell you guys that I'm proud to be married to a beautiful transgendered woman, and that the amount of love and support that you guys gave us yesterday and today has been out of this world. It's been so sweet and kind, and we needed it. We really needed it. I was so scared that people were going to be horrible. I was so scared that everyone was just going to be like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was really nervous about it, and so was she, because this was a big deal. And, you know, it might not be a big deal to you guys, but it's definitely a humongous deal for her to come out, and it was a humongous deal for me to come out. Being that, you know, I am on YouTube and I am on Facebook and I am on Instagram, that opens me up to a lot of hate, and I already deal with a lot of hate, so I've already mentally prepared myself for this shit storm that's about to happen. But, you know, guys, it's better to be yourself. It's better to be able to express who you are. It is better to accept people for who they are and don't expect other people to act the way you think they should act. You know, whether or not you're religious or spiritual or non-spiritual or nihilist, you don't believe in a damn thing, that's all you, boo-boo. You remember that. That's all you. At the very end of the day, at the very, 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 very end of the day, the only person you gotta worry about is you, boo-boo. That's the only real thing. Because at the big old pearly gates, it's just you standing there. You're not going to have anybody else. There's no posse. There's nobody going to be able to help you answer them questions about your life. Like, it's going to be sitting there, and, you know, like, you choose what kind of person you want to be. That's the way I look at it. I choose to be very open. I choose to be honest about it. I choose to love somebody who loves me unconditionally. I choose to be with somebody who knows who they really are and who is happy for one of the very first times in their entire life. And that means a lot to me, because she has seen me through all of my transformations and where I'm going in all of my surgeries. So when you love somebody, you have to be willing to do the same in whatever capacity that happens to be. And this one is, this is her transformation, and I'm ready. So there are tons of questions you're going to ask about babies and parts and meats and things like that. Again, we could talk about it when I'm in Korea. This changes absolutely nothing about my channel other than the fact that I have a wife instead of a husband. That's pretty much the only difference. I will say she, I will say Evelyn, I will say her, and wife on this channel now. That is the only thing that changes. My love, my marriage, that didn't change. My dogs didn't change. How much I love you guys didn't change. How much my babies. It doesn't change anything. So I hope that all of you will be supportive. I hope all of you will understand. And if you don't understand, I hope that you will seek to understand what transgender actually means. I will do a video probably on that just alone by itself. Not talking about Evelyn specifically, but to like just general information, because I do know that, you know, it is a subject maybe many people have never really thought that much about or don't know about. And, you know, I think it's important to have an open mind when it comes to things, especially in this day and age. It is very, very, very important to be kind to others and, you know, leave the judgment at home. There's no reason to judge somebody else's life. If it's not directly affecting you, then what's your deal? You know? So I love your beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. I hope all of you are still going to be here, and I'm pretty sure almost all of you are. And Evelyn and I love you very much, and we will talk to you. Well, I'll talk to you because she's in South Korea still. Very, very, very soon. Bye.